Hey, what's going on? I'm going to show you a little juniper that I've been working on. This little juniper was really just sitting there on the corner of my garden. This is actually the first juniper that I actually started growing properly as a bonsai, and I mean properly with nice soil, nice drainage, fertilizing and whatnot. So it's been with me for about 3 or 4 years. I know it doesn't look very old. It doesn't look like a great tree that I should have by now because of how long it's been with me, but it's because I'm such a noob and I didn't work properly with it until fairly recently. Anyway, so what I want to do today is show you the current state of this little tree, and I want to show you some little changes that I did in the past few years. Sorry, in the past few days. So as you can see, it's been wired a bit, and yesterday I also added new soil. I actually lifted from the pot, from the colander, and added new soil to the bottom. I didn't touch the roots because we're getting close to the winter equinox, so I don't want to disturb the tree too much. So I added new soil, didn't touch the roots, and I placed it so I could work on it more comfortably. Anyway, so the main wiring of the tree is done. The main branches are in place. We've got our main branch here. We also got, a back branch. And this is probably going to be our third, because this is going to be our second right here. So what I want to do is wire these two together so I can cover this plane right here, and then this one can stay maybe over there, right? I've also wired the apex just so that the tree can designate this as the new leader, the new apex, and it can start growing vertically. Normally, these little garden junipers have a very creeping nature. They grow horizontally, so it's a nice thing to add a little wire to wire them so they can grow whatever you want them to grow. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and wire those two branches together. I have the wire right here, so that's what I'm going to do right now. So let me get into position right here. And as I've said before, I'm working with iron wire, but this is a very flexible, very nice wire. So we go like this. Now we go downwards. Careful not to hurt the tree. Too much, because the wire is definitely going to disturb them. So I don't know, like I said, I'm such a noob when it comes to wire. But what I'm looking for is, just the main structure of the wire to be in place, just so that the main branch can go into position, and then I can worry about, finer wiring once it's there, once it's into position. So for this, I'm just gonna go like this. Let me just move it to the side so I can see better. Okay, so maybe I can do this while you're you're looking what you watch too, because it'll be more educational. So let's see what we got. Okay, yeah. So this is the main point. Like I said, this one is going to be a little bit higher than the previous one, and this one we're just going to move this way. So that way the negative space is less, but it's also more interesting because we've got several little paths that we can work with in the future, right? So maybe we can, let's see. Yeah, that's about how I want it. Maybe this one can still be placed a little bit higher, and then like this. And this one we can actually take it even further down, like so. Okay, better. Yeah, I kind of like that. So just to show you a little bit better what I want to do, or how it should look like once it's finished, I'm gonna go ahead and prune these little branches that are growing upwards, and a couple branches that are downwards, and a couple branches that, or little shoots that are going upwards. So you can see this one's going downwards. We can go ahead and remove this like so. These ones are okay, except for this one that's going downwards. There we go. This one is very weak. We won't use it. So this one we want to keep the pads in place, like so. Same thing here. So I think this is going to be the front of the tree. Like I mentioned before, I added new soil and I moved this out of the pot, so that's why I anchored it to the base of the pot with wire. Okay, that's about it. This is the planting angle right here. Okay, so we can see that it's taking shape. We got a little bit of inverse taper here, but that can be fixed with dead wood. I can start a dead wood line that goes along here. In order to do that, I have to get rid of some of the bark here, so that's what I intend to do in the future. And that would just add up to the design, because junipers are famous because of for their dead wood. Yeah, I think that's it. This is what it will look like in the future. Maybe you can see that here. This branch is shorter than this one. And that's okay. That's something that we're going to correct next growing season, next spring. Because right now the tree is just, slowing down. So what we're going to do next spring is this branch, since it's almost in shape, it's almost as long as we want it and as thick as we want it, we're going to prune, we're gonna prune back this little branch, and this one we're just gonna let it grow. It's gonna be something very similar with the new apex. I'm gonna prune it heavily just so that it can continue to grow upwards, but also enough so that the lower growth of the tree can still be active and receive sap and nutrients and sunlight. So that's what I'm going to do, and we're pretty much done here. Let me just show you a little 360 view of the tree. Now here we're going to have another back branch here. We've already got one here, this one and this one, but we're going to have more. So it's getting there. Little Juniper. That will be a very prized possession, because like I've mentioned before, this is the first one that I started working properly. So yeah, I think that will be it for today's video. Remember, if you have any questions, if you have any comments, suggestions, please drop them down below. I need your help. I'm a noob, so I would appreciate everything. Right? So anyway, that's it for today's video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.